students. So today we are going to start a new chapter of chemistry, that is coal and petroleum. Okay, so before starting the chapter we need to know few concepts of a natural resource and man-made resource. Okay, so we want to know the definition of natural resource as well as man-made resource. So here we have a video for you to know what are natural resource and what are man-made resource. Okay, go through the video.
In a surrounding, we find different things. Things we obtain from nature are called natural resources, such as sunlight, air, water, forest, and fossil fuels, which are obtained from Earth's crust. Fossil fuels are produced by decomposition of dead plants and animal parts buried deep in Earth's crust. This process takes thousands of years. Such fuels are coal, petroleum, and natural gas. On the other hand, things which are made by man with the help of machines and technology are man-made resources. Railways, bridges, dams, buildings, satellites are all man-made resources.
So hope you are clear with the difference between natural resource as well as man-made resource, right students? So now we shall study about the natural resource. Okay, so mainly this natural resource is divided into two types. One is inexhaustible natural resource and one more is a exhaustible natural resource. Okay, now we shall say what is inexhaustible natural resource. The resources which are not exhausted by human activities. Okay, the resources which are not exhausted. Exhausted means ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಖಾಲಿ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, it remains like that only. It will not be empty. Even though human uses in lot many amount, it doesn't become empty. Okay, so such type of resources are inexhaustible natural resource. Okay, so some examples are air and sunlight. Air is also inexhaustible, right? Air ಅನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ breathe ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಮುಗಿತದ air ಇಲ್ಲ. So similarly, sunlight also. Sunlight, everybody is using sunlight. But whether sunlight gets empty? No, it doesn't get empty. So such type of resources we call it as inexhaustible natural resource. Now similarly, considering the other type, that is exhaustible. So in exhaustible, what happens? Resources can be exhausted by human activity. Okay, here it cannot be exhausted, but here it can be exhausted. Okay, ಬೇಗ ಮುಗಿಬಹುದು. So some examples are forest. Okay, so if a man keep on cutting all the plants and trees, we might not find any forest, right? So forest is a exhaustible natural resource. Similarly, wildlife includes birds, creatures, animals, everything. Okay, so now animals, few type of animals we can see, few animals will not find in forest, right? So number of that particular category animal has been reduced. Now number of tigers have been reduced, and even number of giraffes have been reduced, and even rhinoceros, all those things we find in a bit of amount, right? So that is inexhaustible natural resource. So this is a difference between inexhaustible as well as exhaustible natural resource. We'll study deeply about the concept of coal. Okay, so mainly this coal consists of carbon amount in it. Okay, the element in which coal present, that is carbon. Okay, so in coal mainly we find carbon. Now there is a process called as carbonization. So carbonization means what? Conversion of dead creatures into coal. Okay, conversion of dead creatures. So dead creatures we bury it underground, right? Under the mud we bury it. So those dead creatures will convert into coal. Okay, that particular conversion we call it as carbonization. Okay, what is carbonization? Conversion of dead creatures into coal is called carbonization. Now because of this coal has been used in varieties of way. Okay, so one is by the coke, and one more is coal tar, and one more is coal gas. Okay, now we shall see about the coke. So coke is a black color substance. Okay, coke is a black color substance, and specially it is manufactured. It helps in the manufacture of steel. Okay, coke annu elli use ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, specially it is used in the manufacture of steel. Steel, we use steel in our home, right? We use steel vessel, then steel whatever substances. So for that manufacture of the steel, the main element used is coke. Okay, so this is about the coke. Next comes under coal tar. So coal tar is also a black in color, but it is a liquid like content. Okay, thick liquid. Okay, thick liquid like content, and especially it is used in paints and photographic materials. Okay, it is used, coal tar is specially used in a paint, in the preparation of paints. Coal tar will be used, and also it is used in photographic material, in preparation of the frames of photographs. This coal tar will be used. Now coming to the coal gas. Coal gas, where it is used? It is used in industries near coal processing plants. Okay, coal processing plants means what, students? See, coal will be there underground. Okay, so there will be lot many whatever the instruments or whatever vehicles will be there to dig that coal underground, from underground. Okay, so when that is called as coal processing plant, a big industries will be there over there. So what is their work is to do mining. They'll remove the coal from underground, and then they send it to the nearby industry. Okay, to prepare a purified coal. Okay, so when purification is going on, some gas will be released from the coal, so that is called as coal gas. Okay, so where this coal gas is used? Coal gas is used in industries near coal processing plants. So this is somewhat the information about coal. We'll study about the petroleum. Okay, so petroleum is derived from two different words, petra and oleum. Okay, petra means rock, andre kallu. Okay, oleum means oil. Okay, so petra means rock and oleum is oil. When you combine petra and oleum, you will obtain the word petroleum. Okay, so petroleum is nothing but it is mined between the rocks. Where we get this petroleum? Between the rocks. So it is mined. Mined means removed between the rocks. Okay, so now we shall see the definition of refining of petroleum. What is refining? Okay, so before that, petroleum will be a dark oily liquid. Okay, it's a dark colored oily liquid. Okay, so why it is a dark colored oily liquid? Because it is the mixture of petrol, diesel and varieties of gases. Okay, so why petroleum is a dark oily liquid? Because it is the mixture of petrol, diesel and gases. Okay, so now we shall see the answer for refining. So refining means the process of separating various constituents of petroleum. What are the various constituents? These things: petrol, diesel, gas, oils, varieties of oils. These are the constituents of petroleum. Okay, so separation of various constituents of petroleum is known as refining. Okay, what is refining? The process of separating various constituents. Okay, process of separating various constituents of petroleum is known as refining. So this is the concept of petroleum. We'll move on to the last topic, that is natural gas. Okay, so natural gas, we call it as an important fuel. So why natural gas is called as important fuel? Because it is easy to transport through pipes. Okay, so this natural gas, it can be easily transported through pipes. Okay, so that is called, because of that it is called as important fuel. And this natural gas can also be called as a CNG. Okay, CNG means compressed natural gas. Compress means you can compress it and you can send it through the pipes. Okay, so that because of that it is called as compressed natural gas, that is CNG. Okay, you have to know this full form always, because in the question they'll always give CNG and there might be question that write the full form of CNG, so you have to know that it is compressed natural gas. Now one main use of this natural gas is it is used for transport vehicles because it is less polluting. So some transport vehicles will be there like a lorry and all, so in that what happens, that those vehicles will be traveling from different state to state, right? So while it is traveling, since it is traveling for a longer distance, the whatever the fuel used for that vehicle will be natural gas. Okay, so why they use natural gas for those vehicles? Because it is less polluting. Okay, it is less polluted to the nature, so we use natural gas in such type of vehicles. Okay, so these are the explanation of natural gas, and here ends the chapter coal and petroleum.